A huge round of applause for Mr. Funnyman himself, John Ness!
And now for my Celine Dion medley. No, thank God that I'm here to do comedy instead. I've had a rough day at work, and some days I really just hate being told what to do, but I can't be alone in that, right? I mean, raise your hand if you hate being told what to do. Keep your hand up if you're a little slow getting that first joke. I have some time to think of some really weird stuff, like, were mammoths just elephant hippies? That Bee Gees song, Staying Alive, has to sound like taunting to a vampire. Is a burrito a Mexican calzone, or is a calzone an Italian burrito? How many dyslexics have driven by Fuddruckers and thought, man, I wonder what they have against druggers? That is some seriously strong language for a family-friendly burger joint. Going to school for plastic surgery has to be pretty wild. You get one D in class, you fail. You get a pair of D's, you pass with flying colors. I like statistics. 19 out of 20 people like to believe they're unique. The other one doesn't because irony. But I really like strange facts. Did you know, and this is true, that more people die every year from vending machines than shark attacks? And I find that terrifying because I didn't even know vending machines could swim. You ever sat in an office chair and without pulling the little lever, it just starts slowly going down? That is not a good feeling, is it? The chair is basically saying, you know what? You win. You have beaten hydraulics. The same force that can crush cars and lift a missile into firing position can no longer handle all of you. And despite that happening to me recently, I remain optimistic. But I'm also delusional. What I mean about that is I have a pair of 32-inch waist jeans in case I ever get skinny again.
Yeah.
But I've had them for over a dozen years. Everywhere I've lived, they're both a symbol of hope and a reminder of all my failures. They're the most emotionally vested piece of clothing I have, and I've barely even worn them. But I really am an optimist. I think that no matter how bad life gets, there's always a silver lining. Take the zombie apocalypse. Sure, most of my loved ones will probably die, but fewer traffic jams. And probably fewer in-laws, which means less fighting at Thanksgiving. Less hearing all about my spouse's exes. And less chance of my mother-in-law moving in with us. Now, we may be running for our lives constantly, but I think we'd be healthier emotionally. And with all that running, maybe we'd be in better shape. Now, some of you may be thinking, oh, I hate running. I'm just going to let him eat me. That's cool too, because then you become the kind of slow, fat zombie that it's easy for the rest of us to get away from. Come at us on a Saturday morning when all we want is a light jog. Another bad situation is the collapse of the global economy. Millions will probably die of war or starvation, and that's awful. But you have to assume house prices will go down. Same supply, a lot less demand. And with fewer people, I'm much more likely to win Publishers Clearinghouse. Nuclear holocaust. Finally get to see if Chuck Norris really is immortal. And I think I'd get a pass on cleaning my house. If 95% of the world is burning or in shambles, I don't think whether I vacuumed or not is going to matter to many people. Woo. Plus, even though I might die horribly of radiation sickness, for the week or two before that, I'd be my own nightlight, which means no more missing when I get up in the middle of the night to pee. Life is all about trade-offs. Speaking of trade-offs, I got married a dozen years ago, and as you can probably tell, I'm a trophy husband. But my wife is a millennial, so joke's on her, I'm a participation trophy. You, sir, you have a beard?
I do.
Is that your idea or hers?
Yeah.
It's hers.
I saved once, and she told me to never do it again.
Oh, well, then there's a problem. I have bad news for you.
Yeah.
When a woman tells you you need a beard, she's trying to tell you one of two things, both of which I'm sure she'll deny. First is, you know you're ugly, right? And I can say this because my wife back there told me to grow a beard too. I mean, I like you as a person, but it'd be so much better for me if I didn't have to look at all of this all the time. Your personality is attractive in exactly the way your face isn't. When my friends ask how we got together, I can't even call it a meet cute because you've seen yourself. It's a meat ugly I'm trying to save. The other one she might have said is, you would look very manly with a beard, which implies you do not look very manly without one. When my friends first saw us together, they thought I turned lesbian. You made Legolas look like the brawny paper towel guy. I suppose you could look like Kristen Stewart, but you'd have to butch up a bit first. About 8 years ago, my wife and I took stock of our lives and we thought, we have all this free time, enough money, and we're having lots of sex. Dang it, I think we're happy. We gotta fix that. So now we have 4 kids. That problem has been solved. In fairness, it was solved after the first 2, but we are overachievers. Now, whenever you start having kids, people stop giving you presents. They give your kids presents instead. But you can still tell what they think of you by what they give your kids. Books, they love you. Headphones, they love you. Video game system with a headphone jack, they really, really love you. Legos? Well, if you've ever stepped on a Lego or tried to pick 5,000 of them up, you would know this is a declaration of war. You have to retaliate at this point. Their kid needs either a drum set or the spazziest chihuahua you can find, preferably one with digestive issues. Then they start playing with the toys, and they start fighting. And you probably say one of 2 stupid things to break them up. First one is, I'll teach you to. I'll teach you to hit your brother. Oh, that would be wonderful. Because I thought I socked him pretty good, but I'm eager to see your take on the subject. Plus, between us, we both know he has another one coming. Hey, would you mind if I filmed it? Because it might be really fun to watch, educational to watch afterward. My favorite one is, just wait till your father gets home. Hold on. You mean I can do what I want now and not have to pay for it until much later? That's awesome. That's like a credit card for violence. Come here, brother. I want to rack up some more charges on my account. Mom taught me how to really hit you. They say as a parent, you're not supposed to have a favorite child. But they never tell you can't have a least favorite. If you only have 2, this is an important loophole. And even if you have more, you know there's always that one little bugger with the self-appointed mission to piss you off. Now you love this kid, you give your life for them, but if you're down to the last pack of Swiss cake rolls, they're not getting one. My kids are listening to some Christian songs. One of them's about the 10 Commandments, and it says in part, honor your parents, Clarence. Well, if Clarence is just mouthing off, I'm on his side. His parents deserve retribution for calling him Clarence. But fine, honor your parents, that's in the Bible. But then it continues, do not kill, it's God's will, Jill. Well, that escalated quickly. One of these kids might be a little bit better than the other. Don't you sass me, Clarence. Go to your room for 10 minutes, young man. And Jill, put down the knife. What have I told you about killing sprees? That's right, not in this house, Missy. Now clean up this crime scene. You just wait till your father gets home. He'll teach you to murder your friends. I don't think Jill's getting a Swiss cake roll later. Speaking of occasionally homicidal females, when you two argue, how often do you win?
Me?
Yes. Exactly, never. But it's not because women are smarter or better communicators. It's a misconception. It's because they practice and have better memories. A guy will roll into an argument like a cheesy superhero from the 50s. I have justice on my side. Justice is about to get its butt kicked. Because women will go into an argument after days, sometimes weeks of preparation. She is thought of everything you could possibly say and has a counter for it. James Bond villains have had less elaborate plots. You're having this argument in real time. She's running scenario 2167. Plus, she keeps a record of all of your sins, like Santa, but she checks it every single day. You are always on the naughty list, and not in the good way. You think she's just watching TV or reading a book? It's a lie. It's practice time. In her head, she is sweating like Michael Jordan, coming up with more ways to beat you. Now, guys, we're a little bit different. When a guy meets another guy, we size each other up. Women have practice arguments, we have practice brawls. And we always win. We're basically replaying scenes from one of 3 movies. Bloodsport, Roadhouse, or Way of the Dragon. Especially that fight scene between Bruce Lee and Chuck Norris. Which, by the way, is the only time a guy will be given the option to be Chuck Norris and decline. Unfortunately, your study shows that men overestimate their fighting ability by 4,000%. That's an incredible number. It sounds made up. No, 4,000. Which means we all envision ourselves as Bruce Lee from the 70s, when we're actually about as effective as Bruce Lee today. In fact, one of the easiest ways to beat a guy in a fight is to give him a pair of nunchucks, because he will either knock himself out or knock his future children out. But we're not considering this when we're sizing each other up. No, in our head, we're a match for Chuck Norris. And because we're both thinking that, nothing needs to be proven. And that's how guys keep the peace. Now, they say to save your best stuff for last. So here's the best thing I'm going to say tonight. Some of the performers up here are here just as a creative outlet, and that's terrific. But for others of us, this is practice, one step closer to our dreams. And as someone bearded, hilarious, and completely delusional about himself once said, choosing your dream is a big decision. Chasing your dream is a million little ones. So let's give a big round of applause for everyone who made one of those little decisions to come up and chase their dream tonight.